Hi guys, welcome back to Karamia's Corner. Join me today for a little craft with me session. Happy first weekend of June. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Today I'm going to be working on a vintage stacked envelope project which is super fun for journaling. If you love junk journaling, this is such a wonderful piece. Now this project was inspired by Bohemian Crafting. She's known as Ava, really talented paper crafter and journal maker. So if you'd like to check out her channel, I'll put her link down below. I made one last year and I'll put the link of that project at the end of this video. So get your envelopes out, and you'll need several sizes because we want to stack them and layer them. You can get some distress ink, some twine, your glue gun, and some paper. So let's start crafting. Okay, so now for our first part, I'm going to cut about 1 inch off this envelope, and I will show you why this is where that hidden compartment comes in. Let me just get my cutter. Alright, so let me just see, we want about 1 inch right there. Cut that. And then I'm going to put this aside. Let's see, where did my journal card go? So the next piece is we open up our envelope here, and we're going to glue this in like this, and then I'll show you the rest of the mechanism here. We need some glue. I am just going to glue this. And we're going to turn it this way, make sure it's the right side. Put that in. Now the next step is I'm going to put it in our envelope, and I'm just going to put it in about 1 inch in. Let's see, is that about 1 inch? I want to make sure it's... I'm kind of just eyeballing this. I think we have that. Hopefully I got this right. I'm just going to mark. We have our center there, and I'm going to mark this side. Since the neck of my puncher isn't long enough, we're going to get our punch hole here and just hopefully to adjust that. Hopefully this works. Let's find out. Okay. Hopefully that's even. So I have the hole of our punch lined up with our card. We're going to get some twine and put it through. Hold on. I think that might be enough for now. And basically, so what I'll do now is push that in until it's closed. And the next step is to make a little knot and tie our twine like so. Put a little bow or ribbon tie, and then to make it a little bit more solid, I'm just going to shorten that a little bit. There you go. And I'm gonna put a little glue just to hold that in place. So trim this part. And this should pull out so easily when you have a little journaling spot there. So we have that piece. The next one is to get our postage and create the look of our envelope. So I have some of these Tim Holtz stamps. Let's see here, what will work? I like this green one. Let's do that this way. So I'm going to glue that on top. Probably do a little stamping on that. Just use some double-sided tape. I just find it's a little bit more sturdier when I use this than I would if I did with glue. Okay, hold on. We have our first stamp here. I just want to make sure that that opening doesn't get interrupted because we want to pull that and we don't want it to have any adhesive that will seal that piece. So right now this is evident, but that's all going to be concealed by our stack of envelopes, or at least a few envelopes. And so I'll just disguise that a little bit with that. We'll add a little stamping there. I think I can use this one. Let's see. That's good. Okay, so the next part is to create our faux tie here. So that's going to be hiding underneath. I'm going to get my twine and glue gun. Now you see where the punch is. You don't want to put the glue there. You want to leave a little space and just glue at the tip there. We're going to extend it on this side and make it as natural as looking possible. So we're going to flip it over and continue our glue here. Go. Just gonna add a little bit glue to keep that in place. Now I'm gonna flip this over with this side up, and I'm gonna glue on this side. Pull it under and over, and oops, trim that part. So the next part is to cover the back. So we don't want to see this little cut there. I have, I think, a folder or another envelope that I can use. Let me just see where that went. So I have this other envelope. Let's see if that will be big enough. Or I have this craft folder. And basically what I want is it to open so that way I can journal in there. I could just use this envelope and put it this way and flip it up and have like a little nice journaling spot in there. So I might do that instead. Or this one might be better. Or should we do it this way? Sorry guys. I think this way will be fun. So you could use some double-side tape or foam tape to add some height because you are going over your twine. That's what Ava used anyway. So I guess I'll go ahead and use the same just to make sure. And remember where you have that 1-inch cut there, you don't want to put any adhesive. You want to keep it open and unobstructed so that our mechanism works. So I'm just going to go put our double side tape on top. And we'll just continue our stack envelope here. So I don't know if you guys like pockets and hidden little compartments. It's one of my favorite things about junk journaling. It's like finding fun little pieces. So when I look back at what I wrote, it's so fun finding them. They're like little treasures that you find, little time capsules within a journal. And when you open it and read it, it's quite entertaining to see what happened at that time. So it adds a little bit more character too. So we're just going to peel this guy off. Oh no, I think I put too much on the edge. Oh geez, okay. Hopefully I can still save this and pull this off. Hold on. So we have that. Of course, I don't have my tweezer tool to pull off the adhesive. Hold on. Okay, so 2 to go. And I think we have the right size now. I'm just going to have to cut off the tab on our craft paper. Yeah, I don't like that sticking out. All right. Just see. So this will open up and I'll add another journal card there in just a few. So now the next step is to find our next envelope and how we are going to layer it. So I'm going to put it at an angle just so it doesn't cover up our stamp, and again it just brings more interest. And then on the side here, I want to trim just a sliver of paper. I want to put a journal card insert in there so I can pull it and use that again as a wonderful tuck spot. I'm probably going to glue this down and then add another card here. That might work. But before we do that, I want to put some twine over this and put a stamp there so that it looks like it's all wrapped up with the same envelope stack here. So I think this red stamp will look just fine on there. So we have our stamp. I'm just going to put this aside for a minute so I can put a little postage right there. That's okay. And I want to cut that little piece there so I can pull out a journal card. So just a little bit. Let's see. This cutter hasn't been working that well. So now I can slip in a card, and almost forgot to seal that piece there. Okay, so now we have that. We have to add our, why is this sticking out? Let's see. There you go. We are going to put it this way. And now I'm going to get some of my twine. I have a little bit of twine. So I'm going to just see my placement. We're going to line up our twine right here. So it looks like they have been tied in a bundle. Put a little glue there and I'll hold it in place. Just careful not to burn your hand. And I'm going to stretch it out, and we're going to look at this other end here. Now remember, I had a little slit, so I am going to glue it in the envelope so it's not seen. Let's just see if I put a little bit there. And I'm just going to open this up and glue that part. Our envelope looks a little plain, so I want to dress it up with this little printout that I got from our Atelier's vintage ephemera pack. I love that vintage looks. I think I'm going to glue this in this stack. Let's see. Yeah, maybe that way. Just a little bit. We'll glue that on, and we are going to continue our fold like little tie there. Hold on. Okay, so that looks a little bit more lively. Now I'm going to line this up and get another twine, and this time we are going to follow that part there. But before we do that, Ava did a really fun trick. So she held the twine and then pushed it in and pulled it up so it looked like you had the tie like this. Hold on. And just flip it over. So you want to take your time with this part because we're trying to create the illusion that this is a bundle of letters all tied up. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there to hold that and flip it over. We're going to cut the excess. Just want to make sure it holds it in place. Now I did say I wanted to make a little flip where we can write, and as you can see this is exposed, so I'm probably going to use a little greeting card to put underneath that. So that's what that looks like. I have this card. I can probably just glue that on top and we'll create a flip. Just see how that looks. I think that might work. And I will decorate the inside. So let me go ahead and put some double-side tape on that. So I want to leave a little opening here for another pocket. And I'll just put a little bit of tape on the side. The bottom here. Let's see. You could have two pockets, but I'm just going to create one on this side. Again, you can use glue if you would like to create your pocket. I just prefer this since there's going to be a lot of opening and closing. I want to make sure it's really strong. Okay, so inside it's time to decorate. My friend Joanne gave me some of this pattern paper, and I think it would be fun to just have a little bit of that color and add some texture on it. So I am just going to tear a little bit of that and then glue this on top. I've seen a lot of crafters use these pattern paper when they alter their playing cards. Definitely want to try that and make some little journal cards in the future. So let's start with this one first. Ooh, I should have done this before I glued down the sides here. Now that's going to be a little hard to cut, but we'll see. You'll probably be okay. I'll just do the bottom here. So beautiful color on that, has that nice brown aged color of the paper. And I love that it's a little bit transparent. We don't want it to be too perfect. I want that texture on it. Okay, and then I'm going to trim that off. Let's see. Just a rough trim. Let's see. You could also use napkin. Obviously, you decoupage it on your paper if you would like, but I think this works fine. And I feel like we should add a pocket. Let's see. I have some vellum scrap here. I don't know if that is... so sure about that. Maybe a little tuck spot and carry the blue, or we could have this guy and just have another pull, although that's really pretty. I put that there. Let's see. I think that would be nice just to write on. I think we'll go with that. Okay. Maybe add some lace over here. I don't want to make it too bulky because we are still closing this compartment, but let's see how that looks. Some glue. Oopsie, put too much. Okay, just spread that. And lay it flat. Okay, let's work on our bottom part. So I was looking, this is one piece. I want to make a another flip. So I think I'll put it right here. And put something in there. That could probably work. Put a picture or let's trim it. I think I'll go with this one. Seeing if it's dry, and totally forgot where our pocket was. Okay, it's on this side. Okay. So now the next step is to glue this on top. So we have our stash. So this little flip up's making it a little bulky, so I am going to go ahead and use a paper clip to just hold that down. Done. And I'm going to line that up. I already put some foam tape on the back here, so we are going to go ahead and lay it down and add just a few more details. We have not decorated the back folder, so we'll do that next. And we are almost done. So make sure we are lined up. Oh my gosh, I cannot see. There you go. Good press. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over. We have this piece here. So I went ahead and cut some scrapbooking paper to size so I can speed up this process a little bit. But this is a super fun little junk journaling kind of project that I think if you enjoy making junk journals, this is a great way to also make it. So we have this nice kind of coffee dyed textured looking scrapbooking paper. On the top I'm going to put some of these vintage ledger looking sheet. Hold on. And I have to remind myself I have to add a tag to that little pocket that we created earlier in a journal card in the blue envelope. So we'll put this at the top. Okay, and we have this, and almost done. To line it up. Make sure you're not on the crease line because we want to be able to fold that smoothly. Now this needs a little more embellishing. Let's see. Maybe just a simple flower. And a little scrap there. That might work. I'm just going to use the glue gun to kind of speed that part up. And I'll use some double side tape on that one. Okay. Put it right there. Inside, I think I'm going to leave this a little plain unless we find something really fun. That's a little too big. That looks pretty cool. So I'm going to glue that on there and just trim the stem off. It's a little long. I think this flower came from, if I'm not mistaken, one of my Bow Bunny kits. Now let's cut that. Okay, so we have this. Now we need our tag. I have this guy, I need a little bit of twine. Almost done. Oh, and I need a journal card for our side pocket. Let's see. Trim this a little bit, just enough to peek out of our pocket. I don't remember where. Hold on, let me just tilt it right here. Have our little tag. I think I'll cut that little shorter. And we need our journal card in there. I have one that I already made. It's a little, oops, sorry, tea-dyed paper here. And then we have the little Maggie Holmes bird. So I'm going to put the blue side up so it kind of looks like our card. Ooh, why are you snug? Okay. There we go. Little secret journal card in there. Now I'm thinking, should we add one more layer or should we leave it this way? Let's see. Would it be too much if we added something like this in the mix? Just tuck it in there instead of... That might be fun. Put a little flower. Okay. See if this glue will do it. Let's put it on top of our folder. And then inside, I want to include a little maybe list. Put a picture there. Let's trim this. Let's see. Just a little bit more. Yep. I know this is a little bit longer than usual, but it is a craft with me. I hope you guys are joining me and also having fun making your own version of this fun vintage stacked envelope. Oh goodness, did I just do that? Oh no, that's fine. It's that way. Okay, so we're going to put that there and we'll glue this little guy here. I am not in frame. Hold on. Now let's have a look at our completed vintage stack envelope. Here is a final look at our vintage stacked envelope journaling piece. Decided not to glue this piece on, just so make it more interactive. You can pull it off. We have this beautiful vintage card, little floral ephemera, and when you open it up, you can put a photo there, do a little listing on this side, and we have our little twine here to give that appearance that it is stacked and tied together, but we have hidden pockets, and that's what I love again about this project is so interactive. We have our first journal card here. We can label it right here, little tea-dyed paper there. Another pocket here on the side with a tag, again perfect for journaling in the back. You can definitely decorate that some more. And then we have this piece here. It opens up. Little journaling spot, photo place. We have a vintage themed train picture here. More space to write or put photos on. And we have our hidden pocket pull here with another fun journal card. So you can make it whatever theme you would like. On the flip side, we have this craft folder. Beautiful paper, a little bit of fabric remnant and some ephemera. And you pull it down and we have our ledger and just a simple wildflower for our embellishment. Hope you guys enjoyed this Craft With Me session. Join me again for more project shares and hauls in the future. Thanks again for watching Caramia's Corner. See you next time. Bye.